Hello, this is Dr. Darren Schmidt at the Nutritional Healing Center, Ann Arbor, and this is a video on what the FDA is doing to books in the natural healthcare world. So I wrote that the FDA is editing books. So I'm going to show you a few. This first one is called Back to the Basics of Human Health by Mary Frost. I met her, and this is a great book. It's in its fourth edition. And this is no longer going to be in print. Once they run out of sales of this particular edition, that's it for the content. And then after that, the FDA, if Mary Frost wants to, the FDA and Mary Frost will get together and change the content so that it's watered down, really. It's going to be watered down. Okay, so that's this book. The next book is a clinical reference guide from one of my favorite supplement companies. It's standard process, and this is no longer distributed in any way by corporate headquarters. And so this has been this has not been edited by the FDA. However, the standard process catalog has been edited by standard process working with the FDA, and the FDA has approved this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a description of a product in here and the other one, and we're going to look at the difference of what's said. So the product is actually called parotid, and it detoxifies metals and chemicals out of the body. I'll give you an example. I had a woman with some toxicity I found in her brain. I put her on the parotid supplement, and for the next 5 days her urine was blue. And as a profession, she works with MRIs. She runs the MRIs, and she injects dyes into people's bodies, and she had blue toxicity from the dyes that she was using in her profession. So parotid gets out metals and chemicals, and what this says, this is the FDA edited version. Parotid supports the parotid PMG, the name of the supplement, provides uniquely derived nucleoprotein mineral extracts that support cellular health. So that doesn't say much clinically. And then secondly, supports healthy parotid gland function. That doesn't say much. So when I look at the non-FDA approved clinical reference guide, it says parotid PMG indications: distress from mercury dental amalgams, metal toxicity, and salivary disorders. And it says, we have found this product to be helpful in thyroid toxicity and salivary problems. That says a lot, and that's the truth. So this is a very valuable book, and after the FDA gets their hands on it, it won't be as valuable anymore. The last book is a professional guide from one of my other favorite supplement companies, Systemic Formulas. They got this beautiful, that's echinacea plant on the cover, the purple coneflower. And this one goes back this is from 1990. And they are very... they don't hold back in this book, and I get a lot of information, and it really helps me out with my help for patients. I really get a full understanding of their products, and this is no longer in print, and they can't distribute this anymore and now the FDA is working with Systemic Formulas on changing all of their educational materials, and again, it's going to be watered down. So it's quite unfortunate. Now the FDA makes their own rules, and it's a bureaucracy. It's not a republic type organization. There's no voting from Americans on what FDA does. It's a total bureaucracy. They work under their own authority. They don't work under the authority of Americans. So I'm just letting you know like what's happening right now. Also too, when healthcare practitioners, at least in the holistic field, in my field, when they give lectures to other doctors, they talk about physiology and function, and then they have to stop. And they say, okay, and now I'm done with that. Now I'm going to talk about supplements, or now I'm going to talk about this herb. And then they spend the last, let's say, 10 or 15 minutes of their lecture talking about the product. Whereas in the past, they would talk about the function and physiology of the body, and then talk about the supplement that helps with that. So they can't do that anymore. They can't mix the supplements and the herbs with the function and physiology. They talk about normal function physiology, then they stop. And they say it. Now I have to stop. The FDA says that we're done with that. Now I'm going to talk about supplements. So it's a restriction of freedom of speech. It's totally unfortunate. It's detrimental for your health, and it's detrimental to my business and my ability to help you.